is Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real.
Yo, I don't think we should talk about this. Come on, why not? People might misunderstand what we're trying to say, you know? But that's a part of life. Come on. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex for now. To the people at home or in the crowd, it keeps coming up anyhow. Don't decoy, avoid, or make void the topic, cause that ain't gonna stop it. Now, talk about sex on the radio and video shows. Many will know anything goes. Let's tell it like it is and how it could be. How it was and, of course, how it should be. Those who think it's dirty have a choice. Pick up the needle, press pause, or turn the radio off. Will that stop us then? I doubt it. Alright then, come on, spin. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Hot to trap, make any man's eyes pop. She use what she got to get whatever.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening to Shop Talk with Mel. What's up, ladies and gents?
Good morning.
Hey, y'all. What's happening?
It's been a while, RB. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. How y'all doing? What's up, everybody out there live? How y'all doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know how they doing. They can speak for themselves.
What's up, Kel?
I'm doing great. The last 4 days been tearing them scratch offs up, y'all. Winning.
She been tearing the scratch offs up, but everybody don't gamble. So
Try to get that $1 billion.
But listen, while she playing, you know, people be like, oh no, I don't gamble. It's against my religion. No, we don't do that. But what is it, the Powerball or something that's off the chain?
It's not a gamble. It's not a gamble. It's an investment.
Way to look at it.
Exactly.
Way to look at it. Look at y'all. Y'all mess.
Big money.
Yeah, y'all mess. Y'all doing like the church folk. Talk about some. Exactly. Yep, that's it. That verse right there fit me. Yep, exactly. Well, I'm doing better.
They don't gamble, but they go to bingo.
But some of them. But I had a good time, and I was feeling a little under the weather. And I'm going to tell you why I was feeling a little under the weather. I was feeling under the weather because somebody said, hey, Mel, get yourself a corset. Hey, Mel, go ahead, get one of the waist trainers to train your waist. Listen, baby. I was sick. I got sick because I guess it was too tight. So I figured, okay, well, you know what? They say you sleep in it, all is well. I said, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to bust out 12 hours in this. I'm going to be snatched.
Good.
Well, I went on and I put it on. And I sipped my tea. And almost threw up. I was like,
you were supposed to wear it to work.
Listen, but I figure I'm walking, you know what I mean? I'm moving around. I was like, okay, I'm going to be good. We're going to shift this. We're going to train this. Because, you know, like, what was it, like in Africa or whatever, they be having them long things around their neck to stretch their neck. I figure it ought to work for us too. But see, this group, don't go on all the groups on the Facebook because that will have you jacked up. So I'm sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm about to throw up. Had gas for days. Let me tell you what happened. So I said, I was like,
you are squashing your organs. You know that, right?
Man, I learned that. I had to go into a room, right? A private, one of the rooms that wasn't used yet. I couldn't even take it off. Let me tell you, I was so stuck. I couldn't stand up and take it off. I had to lay down. And one of my coworkers, I was like, come help me. So we in the room trying to get this thing off. Let me tell you, it was like I had on a Buddy Love, like a Professor Clump outfit. Man, listen. We took that thing off. Everything just fell out, all the spillage. So after it came out, I was like, whoo, I'm laid back. Now that room dirty because of me. It was 3 of us trying to get it off. So I'm like, wait a minute. That's how bad it was. I'm telling you, little sip of water, sip of tea.
Where you get it from?
Well, I got the wrong size. That's what I found out. So today's lesson is you don't want to go down the size. Like usually like with a girdle or something, you go down the size so everything could be in. You want to get your regular size if you're going to get a corset and put it on it. I had my size. I went down a size. Now,
You got an extra small?
No, I had a small. Let me tell you. And I had it on the 3rd latch. Oh yeah, titties was sick.
Trying to kill yourself.
Titties was like this though. My homegirl was like, she was like, did you get a breast? Did you get some implants? They were sitting up like, how you doing? Straight up high beams, okay?
No. You were supposed to get your size.
Listen, that's what the moral of the story is. The moral of the story is, I got physically sick. We in there, I'm like holding this down. You unlatch, you start from the bottom. Don't start from the bottom, start from the top. Learn that to unlatch it off. Took that thing off, let me tell you. I was ready to throw it in the trash, but I spent so much on it. So I said, all right, let me find somebody who wears small. Start on the 3rd latch. Don't start on the... I was good when I went because you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, okay, put it on before you eat. That's what they told me. Man, it sounds like a great idea. Put it on before you eat. Oh, God, you won't be able to eat. Food, like right here. Food up here. I'm like, listen. And I, for real, vomited. Like, I was like, this ain't it. So you're right. I smashed my organs. I finally got that thing off. It's in my bag. It's in my bag folded up like this.
Band. The wrap.
The Velcro?
That had the Velcro. Yeah, you need that one.
Man.
Girl, I use them all, and I've experienced that. Where I be in the car after the bar. Listen, I be pulling dress and everything up, trying to unlatch while I'm in the car driving. Like, yeah, so I know how you feel.
Girl, listen. This is a word that I know ain't a word. The expellation of the gas.
I'm out of this conversation.
I like levitated. I levitated off the womb. Man, they left me like, what? So, anyway, that was Nick won the lotto. I learned don't just go up in these groups thinking you know what's going on and listening to these people. And get all the facts and find somebody who has done it before and get some ideas. And don't hold your gas because it'll kill you.
Literally.
It will kill you.
Smashed out. Yeah, it would kill you.
Man, it was something. It was something. Whew, y'all get your right size.
You know the old saying though, Mel, everything ain't for everybody.
And it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I did something extra. It wasn't for me. Amber D, what you
about to kill yourself.
Man, but I ain't lying. Listen, this rack I had though, woo. Oh. Now, if you want a good looking rack, go ahead and put that on if you can stand it. Depends. 12 hours, it will not work. Now, maybe I do know the first hour I was good. Don't eat nothing. Like,
you're not a piece of meat. Just quit wrapping yourself up, honey.
Suck on a peppermint. Make sure your sugar right. Boom.
That ain't for you. You don't know how to do it.
Hey,
It was got the wrong size. That's all.
Yeah, I got the wrong size. I got the wrong side.
The process trying to wrap herself up.
I laid down and put it on, and it took 3 of us to get it on.
I'm sorry, but I'm just picturing you and your 2 coworkers trying to.
You're trying to catch your breath.
Wait, so we tried to get it off. They was like, suck it in. I'm like, it's in.
Right. Like, it can't go in no more. What you wanted to do, touch my back?
Right, man.
Oh, gosh.
Right. Boom. Let's get this show started.
Yeah.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
All right, my lovely people. Today's topic is dating after the divorce and over 40. Y'all know what we're talking about. We're talking about sex. How important is it? Is it important? And how it changes with the ages. So we're going to get into it. Let me give you some housekeeping rules. All right, let's be respectful in the comments. We're going to have an adult conversation if you are immature, and we're going to have some fun. If you are immature, this is not the one. Under 18, gone somewhere, even though most of them could teach us some stuff. But, but we're going to have the conversation, and we're going to keep it 100 because that's what we do. Real talk. All right, if you want to call in and voice your opinion live, you can definitely do so. The phone number is going across the bottom. It is 619-902-2287. And you can also text, too, if you don't want to be heard. Somebody be like, oh, I know just who that is. And if you would like to donate to the channel, that'll come across the bottom. And you can do it all at ShopTalk with Mel. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. So, dating after the divorce. Now, I chose you guys, which I see you guys often anyway, because we've all been divorced except Amber D. She's widowed. How was it after the divorce getting back out in the dating scene? Yeah, we jumping right into it. Put the comments up. We got you. Go ahead. Anybody, step right up.
Before, because I was a little bit young. Well, no, I wasn't. The last one, I was still in my 40s. So, yeah, I was just a savage. I didn't care.
After the divorce, you didn't care? You just was out there?
Doing me. I'm divorced. Like, y'all crazy. Like,
pretty much. Just like, yeah, I'm with Nicole. It's like when you free, it's like you running wild. You know what I'm saying? You just, like you saw your wild oats again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you out there just all, as your boy would say, your boy Steve Harvey said on this show, you all willy-nilly. You going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just having fun. You know, enjoying life to the fullest.
All right.
You ain't got nothing holding you down.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to pin that. Let me write that. I don't want to forget. Amber D, how was it after you were, widowed?
When I started dating?
Yeah. How was it after?
It was awkward. So that's first. But I definitely felt like I was cheating on my husband for a while. Maybe
after he passed?
Yeah, after he passed and after the bereavement, and then when I was ready to start dating again, I would say the first year and a half, I just felt like I was cheating. So it took a while to shake it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. I had up a caution light. Like I had the yield sign. I had a yield for me. I was like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Not that it was bad. Mine wasn't bad. It was just like, I guess it was sort of kind of with theirs, like a freedom. And it wasn't the freedom with actual sex. It was the freedom of, I don't have to worry about somebody else and how they feel.
Right.
I can focus on, I'm focused on what I do. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a workaholic. And I was just in it. And I was about my chips. Let me make my money. This is what I'm doing. I'm not even trying to date because I'm not trying to get locked down again. I just got unlocked. So that was mine. But I'm glad that you spoke your truth where you felt like you were actually cheating. And see, yours is a different dynamics and it comes from another view of things. So I appreciate that. Nick and Art, y'all said y'all just was like, boom, I'm out. Art, here's my thing though. You say just all out willy-nilly. So is that who you were before you got married?
No, not really. Let me think about that. Let's see.
Okay, you think about that, Nick. So,
I wasn't really like dating a lot, before I got married. I was just kind of, I don't know. I was dating here and there, you know what I'm saying? I had, but it wasn't, I don't know. I just wasn't like out there like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like kind of, I was into so many other things. I was into music. So it's like I had other things that was taking up my time.
Okay, another outlet.
Other things, like back then I had just done like, I was doing concerts and music. And so for me, it was like, I was into the music thing. I dated here and there, but it wasn't nothing like, I was more or less laid back with mine. Like I wasn't really focused on it. It was.
Okay. So, and I want Amber to read this comment too shortly. Is it you were preoccupied with your craft, Nick chilling, and I'm preoccupied with my job, like focused on that. Is it that you go and smash somebody that you probably wanted to smash during the marriage or see where it could go, or somebody you were attracted to be like, oh, let me see where this go now that I'm free? Did you have that thought? I want authenticity.
Wow. That's a good question. I would say yes, because it's like when you got that freedom and, when you run there into folks, they know you free. It's like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Oh, you ain't married no more? Oh, okay. What's up then? You're going to get that. You're going to have those, I'm going to speak from my point of view. You're going to have those women that are going to come at you and say, hey, you free? Oh, let me holler at you, And at that particular time, I was working at the hospital, so it was just...
Everybody was everywhere?
It was like a smorgasbord. No, I'm just saying it was just women coming from all different directions, I just started in 08 working at the hospital, and it was just like... It was just crazy, just the flirting, And red, yellow, black, and white, we're all precious in His sight, so I was getting it from all directions.
Take us to church! Take us to church! All right, Amber D, I want you to read this comment.
Okay, so Theo Moore of Facebook said, I find that it was easier to get or have extracurricular activities while married than while single.
Listen, that brings up a good point. It brings up a good point. Ask me why. Y'all was in the play. How the wife becomes the other woman. Now, it seems like... It seems like people are more attracted to somebody when they are with somebody, married versus single. So you single and free, you like, where's all the people at? Well, when I was married, you was wanting me. Were you more attractive when you were with somebody versus without someone?
I think so, because you know what they say, don't nobody want somebody that nobody else wants. You know what I mean? So if they don't see you with someone, whether it's just in the relationship, whether you could just be friends with that person, but if they think y'all in a relationship, then here come the birds, the chicken heads, as we used to call it back in the day. Here come all the chicken heads, and men can be chicken heads too. So, I think the attraction is, somebody does want that person. So then, I don't know if they see you in a different light, or if it's just they trying to see if they can. Some of them just trying to be messy. Let's keep it real. Some of y'all out there just be trying to be messy because you don't want that person, but you either trying to screw up what they got or you don't like the person that they're with. So, yeah. So a lot of it is messiness. People just want to be messy.
You think?
I think it's the sense of I think it's a challenge. I think it's a challenge to where people want to, see if I can get it. I think it's that kind of challenge that sometimes, we're in that space, in that place. They do see him with somebody else, but I think it's the challenge of, let me see if I can get him. Let me see if I can pull him. You know what I'm saying? Because,
all right, let's hear from Amber D. Go ahead, Amber D.
I think as far as from an interpersonal perspective, people tend to be attracted to emotionally or actually literally unavailable people. And there's an appeal to that for some people. And some people are predisposed to being attracted or having limerence, like a sexual-based love attraction to another person who doesn't actually have anything to give them because they're not available.
Okay. Sometimes married men give off not being needy, and that's attractive. Confidence, comfortable, and y'all won't have a clue of what's going on and what's sexy about me. And then you release it and you be like, okay, I'm done with that. And now you all needy. Well, see, she was doing all that stuff. She was catering to the needs. So the other person that's on the outside looking in is like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to do nothing. He requires less time. All he does is smile and compliment. And that looks good because you already have that taken care of at home. So that's one way to look at it. I remember this one guy did a April Fool's joke. And I said that I was marrying this guy that was nerdy. And it was silly. Didn't nobody believe it. But he told me, he said, Mel, you would not believe how many inboxes I got just off of that. Just saying it. And I was outdone, and nudes, all kind of nudes was going in there. And he said, just imagine if we dated, I'd be effing the Kardashians by now. So I started.
Wow, that's impressive.
Hey, listen, I was like, okay. But women do, just as Nick was saying, women do, they look at the person that you're dating and it's on some messiness, some get back, like, oh, okay, well, if they think that they're all that, I'm going to take their man. And then for some unknown reason, that female feels like, okay, I did something. Yeah, she think this. Look, I got her dude over here. And that is one of the reasons why I don't share my business. Because you got to be confident in yourself. Can I give you the time? If you got low self-esteem and y'all heard me say, Nick, Art, you knew me from forever. If you got self-esteem issues, don't even come my way. Because...
It's not the one. And it's something that you said.
The 2 or the 3.
Okay, go ahead, Art.
It's something that you said as far as the confidence. You know what I'm saying? It's like confidence is key. A lot of times you have those people that are confident in a way where they're, you know what I'm saying? They, like I said, again, they love the challenge. You know what I'm saying? If they think that there's a pinhole of an opportunity that they can come along and try to be that, as they say in the millennium, the sneaky link, then they're going to give it that shot. If they can get that conversation out of you, they're going to definitely try to make that move on. Period. They coming for you. So it's like, it's not just women, but it's men as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that man see that there's some insecurities there, or if there's a pinhole opportunity to have a conversation and get that just that much conversation and find that person's weakness or their strength, they're going to do it.
I think they're attracted to the strength. They want to find that weakness and say, hey, I got it, to make themselves feel better. I don't like how men tend to go after a woman, and that's supposed to be his boy or whatever, or another dude, or the enemy. Or the enemy. Watch this.
I was going to bring it up.
Okay. Or the enemy of your man. They come at you and you sleep with them. That is like the most disrespectful thing ever. And it's like, that's the enemy. And here's the thing. He used you. Like, you're the one that lost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so now you got another notch on your belt. He used you to get back at him, and you allowed him to. So you didn't just disrespect your dude. You disrespected yourself, too. Go ahead.
I totally have a problem with, I live by code. It's like cousins, my boys. It's like I never, and I can honestly say I've never even thought twice about sleeping with any of my friends, cousins, any of they women. And they know the rule. Like, yo, especially in the Baldwin family, nah, that's not happening. No, you if you with a Baldwin, you better stick with that one Baldwin. It ain't no trying to, slide over here to the second. That's not happening. And my boys,
even if they didn't sleep with them,
I don't care. No, it's like, no, that's a no. No, if it's a conversation that's had, if I know, by example, if I know that you didn't try to talk to my cousin, you didn't try to slide this way, he might have rejected you, it's not happening.
Well,
that's the disrespect. That's
all right, what about this? What about this, Art B?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You date somebody back in high school. Now, remember, we talking about dating after the divorce and dating over 40. You kick it with somebody, you dating somebody back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And now you in your 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, oh, you dating my boy. We play Little League together.
That's totally different. Because
you know it happened, Nick, don't it?
Because that's times has changed. You've grown. Everybody has grown differently. Everybody has moved on a different direction. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's totally different. It's like, but if we're in the same age limit, I guess you would say, you know what I'm saying? Like if we, if it was more current, that's not happening. But if it's like, okay, if it's somebody like, okay, well, he dated her back when we was teenagers, that's different too, because everybody has grown differently. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody is not the same person that they were when they were teenagers. So to me, that's different.
30 years passed. Go ahead, Amber D, what you got?
I say it's a no for number one. I love my cousins, I love my family, but we're not attracted to the same type of dudes. Like your sisters and your female cousins, what type of guys they like, based on their dating history, and we don't have the same interests. And then two, I'm just thinking, like, take it a step further. Like, I went to a really small high school, and everybody knew everybody. I went to school with the same people since like elementary school, and I'm like, I wouldn't even date nobody that one of my girlfriends dated, even in elementary school, because we all know each other like way, way super bad. And I'm like, even at this age, I was like, no. I just feel like there's too many fish in the sea. Like, I can just go with someone else. Like, it's not that serious.
I hear you.
No.
I hear you, but watch this. Some of these people look a little different than they look back. I've been out of school 30 years. They look, what year is this? 31 years. I'm like, and they look different now. And it's like, I wouldn't, who does that? When you go, what you get, a Valentine's Day card? Remember them little things, a candygram? And that was the extent of it? And be like, oh, he gave her a candygram when we was juniors in high school. He's off limits. Man, come on. Is that okay?
Everybody ain't grown up yet. That's the difference. Everybody ain't grown up. It's like I know that, Youngtown is a melting pot. So it's like everybody crosses everybody's path. You know what I'm saying? So, you got north side, south side, east side. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody has run into everybody. They went to school together, they grew up together. So it's like, it's the melting pot here. you gonna know somebody from somewhere. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like if there was back in high school, you know, that's different. Like I said, everybody's grown.
Yep, there we go. Okay. Go ahead. What you got, Amber D? I knew it was going. I knew it was coming.
Sound like a robot.
Go ahead.
I totally agree with, and I think that's, and I actually grew up in an even smaller town than Youngstown, and that's why it's just like, almost like to me, like sibling level, just because the people I went to school with, I've known literally since I was like in kindergarten, first grade, and just like, ew, no. And like, it's not like, well, I can only choose from who's here. Like, you have options, go somewhere else. Like,
well, you can go somewhere else, but or you've left, then you've come back, or you're gone and then you meet somebody else. I had somebody text me, which was really nuts. I took a picture with somebody, but I take a picture with a whole bunch of people. And that does not mean that, oh, I'm dating this person. Well, somebody that I dated had the nerve to say, oh, you dating my boy. Now, piss me smooth off because you can't question me. It did. So I said what I had to say, and then I didn't even know who they was talking about, but the only thing I can think of was, oh, okay, I took a picture with somebody. Here's the thing. If you listening and talking to somebody else, that's your business. Believe what you want to believe. But he said, you're talking to my boy. Here's the deal. I met you as an adult. I don't know who you went to school with. Okay? So how do you say, oh, you dating my boy? You left the area 40 years ago.
Exactly.
And and I'm a whole different generation. So we don't even go to school with the same people. You know what I mean? And I thought that was just so strange. After I told him off about, first of all, don't text me out the blue. I ain't talked to you in 4 years. And say that and just assume. I don't like people making assumptions. That's one thing. And that's why I said we got to have this show, because dating after the divorce and dating over 40, I'm just really surprised that these grown people are having childlike issues, as Nick the Voice said. Go ahead.
Okay, so when that story, my first thought was he was shooting a shot with you. You know, some men will like give you an insult to start a conversation, and that's how I interpret it.
Poor things. Guess what? What you see is what you get. I'm all over the internet. If you are interested in me, you need to do your research. And literacy research as well. I mean, you get a book, like look around and be like, okay, this is this person, not just hearsay, word of mouth. That's crazy to me. But you know what it did? It was confirmation as to why I was like, boom, I'm out. I didn't see that side though. And you don't see that side because it's concealed, I guess. But no, if a guy, to me, if you're interested in me, you need to have done your research. I don't think the conversations should be so long. Like if you're meeting somebody and back out there again, you should have done your research before the first date. Do you agree? RB, this is for you. You a guy. Do you agree or disagree? Oh, there we go. He lost. We'll get that answer when he comes back. But do you agree or disagree? Do you think people prior to the date, do you think that research should have been done prior to the date, the first date?
Yes.
The older I get, yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
I say probably earlier I used to be.
Go ahead.
I used to be more lenient, or like I wouldn't be totally comfortable going on a date, but I would still go because I'm trying to just like let the guy set the pace. And this is after, dating, after my husband. Like I've been stood up on a first date twice, and I was so angry. So now it's like I'm not going to agree to go on a first date with a man until I'm truly comfortable. And I know he's not going to do anything as, sorry and disrespectful as standing me up. So I think you should definitely collect as much information as possible and make sure you're really comfortable with that person before you agree to a first date as a woman.
Okay. So how do you know when a guy is serious? Art B, this is for you. Help us out.
Good question. How do you know when a guy's serious? I feel like when he does the little things for you. You know what I'm saying? Little things I've always heard mean a lot. You know, if he's bringing you the flowers, if he's, knowing your favorite things, I feel like that's, if he's calling you, hey, let's do this, if he's, taking you to your favorite places, if he's, really being romantic, that's a guy that's into you. It's like, if y'all having more than a 5-minute conversation on the phone, I think that's a guy that's into it.
Okay, Amber D, read the comment.
Okay, Salvage of YouTube said when they buy you a house with an office in it.
Big, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, he balling. I ain't got all that. I ain't doing all that.
Don't come giving me no big blow gum.
What?
Big blow gum. Remember that cheap gum that used to be like, it say big and it's BLO? Soon as like 2 minutes in, as soon as you bite it, the flavor gone.
If he doing that, leave him standing. Make him see dust, because you need to be peeling away from him, because he's a clown for real.
But I'll take a box of Boston baked beans. That's the small.
I've not had any of those in a long time.
I'm like, that's.
Is those still around? I ain't seen them in a long time.
That means he went out his way. See, you get me? He went out his way. He like, you used to like that.
Exactly. You got to go to a store that specializes in that old school candy.
That's true.
See?
And like you said, if he goes out of his way for you to know that you like a certain thing, like, here's the thing that I learned.
Okay.
We are blueprints. We all have different blueprints. We all have different personalities. We all have different mindsets. We all are different. Men, women, different.
Right.
So it's like how that person is made up, what that person thinks. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody has a different mindset, because this person over here made sure that, oh, well, I know Mel like Boston baked beans. Bam, let me go get her some of those, since that's her favorite candy. Because he's observant enough to know what you like. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like being observant in a relationship is so important. I feel like, when you know that he loved the Bulls basketball team and you say, ooh, well, baby, I bought you a Bulls t-shirt. Bam. That's brownie points. And people tend to miss that, because we have to be observant.
That's the basics. But let's get back to the question, how do you know that they're serious? I know you elaborated a little bit, but what about introducing you to friends and family? When does that go down?
It depends on how fast the relationship, it depends on how fast things move. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's stay focused to after the divorce. So we've already been married once.
Mm-hmm.
And we're adults.
I feel like you should take your time with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, if you just got out of something, a lot of times it's like, Lord, who he bringing now? You know what I'm saying? It's that conversation. Who is this?
I'm that person. I'm that Lord. Every time we have a family reunion, it's somebody different.
Every Thanksgiving, he got a new woman, so it's that type of vibe, Who is this there for? You know how your grandma and mama is. They talk about you like a dog. They got a new one here.
And the ex invited to all the family gatherings.
Yeah, she's sitting across from the table from him, looking at him. Look, who is this heifer? Who is this? Who is this?
Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
Definitely. So that's why I wanted to say that for women, for the ladies, I personally don't feel meeting the family is significant, because there are several men in my family like that. They bring a new woman to every holiday get together, and I'm just like, she might think she's special. But so I would say that's not as important, especially as like adult dating. It's like, and as Art B said, it depends. Like, some people have different family dynamics, so they may not want to introduce you to their family. But I would say one of the commenters mentioned consistency, and I definitely agree with that. And another commenter said time. But in order to establish consistency, it takes time. So just observing their patterns over a period of time to see if they're consistent.
Mm-hmm. I agree with Amber, because, like I said, Consistency, like she said, consistency is key. You know what I mean? I feel like if you just got divorced, I feel like you ought to really take your time and just really you need some time for yourself to really kind of soul search. And, because what happens is you have to figure out what happened, why didn't this go right? And, a lot of times why it didn't go right.
Okay. Well, my thing is like, why are we dating then? You should do that before you get back out there and say, okay, I want to date. I got to get this question out. So when do you give me a timeline, since we said time and consistency, on when you have the conversation of we are exclusively dating? Because, sometimes you meet somebody, you go on a one day, or you smash, we go together.
Yeah, this is true. I feel like you should. You should really explore your options. Give yourself like at least 3 to 4 months, you know what I mean, before you actually, really like consider that. But like I said, it depends on the person. You may meet that one person that...
we're talking generally, though. Go ahead.
I feel like you should give yourself some time. You know what I'm saying? Before you actually say, hey, look, I'm ready to jump back into this thing and, because a lot of times you jump back in and you jump back into the same old stuff you just jumped out of. So you have to be careful of what you jumping back into.
Okay. What you got?
So timing is of the essence, I would say.
Okay. What you got, Nick? Give me a timeline. What do you think? Now, come on now. You got to be concrete with this.
True timeline. You would give it a couple months, but I've been in that situation where come on, smash thing. I was in a situation where it was a smash thing, and the old boy afterwards was like, "We go together," and started calling his boys right after. I was like,
okay, Nick got that whip appeal. Go ahead, Amber D. What you got? What's your timeline?
It's a numbers thing because, like I said, I don't usually end up entertaining like men that are immediately in my area. So it's more like how many times you've how many dates you went on. You know what I'm saying, over a period of time. But also, I feel like men who don't want to become exclusive, kind of on the quicker side, they might be playing games or they want to be non-exclusive, and they're just delaying having that conversation with you. But I feel like if we're talking about a man who's serious, who's older, who's been married before, and ought to know what they want. I mean, I feel like getting into a relationship should be kind of quick. If you both know what you're looking for and you both feel like you found it in each other, there ain't no reason to wait.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what the some relationship experts said. I told you I do literacy research, okay? They say after 2 months. And some say that the talking stage should last for a few months. So without the whole sex entering in. Amber D, you want to read that comment?
Sure. So Radina Ross of Facebook said, meet family/friends fairly early to know what you're getting into, ! I completely agree.
Child, yes. Yeah.
You should tell the truth. Tell the truth about that person.
You got to see if that family is crazy, because if they crazy, then you might have to move on. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, they messy.
As an old saying goes, you got an old saying goes, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, so you got to look at the tree.
Hey, a good friend of mine said, shake that tree to see how many nuts fall out.
Sometimes the family don't show their messiness or craziness until well after the fact.
This is true.
And then you have that one person in the family that be like, I don't even fool with them. And that's why I'm not introducing you to my family. Because when I was reading it, I said, now see, some people don't want to introduce people to their family because they don't want them to get turned off. And they'd be like, I am not like them. I may have had a different father and nobody knew.
It's a roll of the dice. You either go ahead You gonna hit 11 or a 7 or snake eyes. So it's the roll of the dice. It's the chance you take.
All right, Amber D, we got another comment I would like you to read.
So LaShonda Lewis of Facebook said, when you start meeting the family and friends, the relationship has developed into a courtship, exclamation point, exclamation point. Because dating is totally different from being courted. Thank you, girl. Okay, when you date, that's what it is, dating. But once both parties are in a monotonous relationship and he is courting you, that's when you should meet friends and family.
I gotta say this because I'm that chick. I have my friends because I got a lot of guy friends. They be bringing the chick to me and be like, "Well, what you think?" Mm-hmm. And my cousins, and I'd be like, "Okay," and they think they're special, but in my mind, I'm like, round 10. You know what I mean?
But you know what? That's important because you're that person that's going to give them their honest opinion. I did do that, and I know he watching. I told him, I said, she is not the one. She's not the one. Mm. And he did it anyway. Mm. I didn't even want to go to the whole thing, union. He did it, and he knows that she is not the one. But here's what the issue is. He's staying in this relationship to save face when he wants to leave. Don't do that. No, don't do that.
I mean, if you're staying in a relationship with money, that's one thing. But just your
who you taking face for? It's like that's crazy.
Family, cuz like I'm gonna address you as all of that. It's not worth it.
Oh, you're wasting your time. Whoever that is wasting their time because, man, you could be living your life and finding the one, and you're dealing with something. And here's the thing that people miss. Mental trauma is real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people bring that excess baggage with them. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that a person can get caught up with that person, and that's why you got to be careful with, with the sex thing. Because the sex thing could definitely be a total problem, in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get together and that happens, it's like, it could be the bomb or it could be the dud. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get caught up in that part of it, that's a whole nother situation. So.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Amber D, with the comment.
So Daryl Jones of Facebook said, I can understand that the time thing, but 2 weeks if y'all feeling each other, but you have to make it clear you want me sexually and I want you sexually. We going to do this, but let's understand we still at this point making a step forward. We are adults.
I get that. So if y'all gonna go ahead and go through with it and have sex does not mean that we are in a relationship, long as we are clear. So I think that needs to be said immediately, though. I think that needs to be said.
Agree with him. Yeah, I think before you decide to have sex, make it clear like where your relationship.
That's fair. That's fair.
Make sure you guys are on the same page about what it is and what it isn't at this point in time.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
Be careful with the sex thing though, because the sex thing can get you caught up.
In trouble.
Caught up or let loose.
Get you caught up.
Caught up or let loose.
We can get you caught up.
Get that ooh moment, you done. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I gotta give the stats, and I gotta give the research out here. So, and I want to ask you these questions because I want to see if they're true or false. All you got to do is say true or false. Okay, Art B.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know he's into you, or if it's a fling versus a relationship? You never go out on real dates.
That's a fling.
Okay. The date lacks creativity.
It's boring.
But date is a fling, or is he into you? Is it a relationship?
It's I would say if he ain't taking you out on dates and y'all just doing what grown folks do, that's just a fling. Y'all doing what y'all do.
All right.
Y'all just get y'all sex in and keeping it moving.
Okay.
There it is.
Always on the phone. Relationship or fling?
Definitely.
Fling.
Okay. Wait. All right. I'm gonna get y'all women. This for him. Okay.
Y'all stay out of it.
Yeah. This is a male. We asking the male.
Yeah.
Inconsistent contact.
That's a fling, yo. That's a fling all day.
Won't make plans.
Fling.
Don't remember important details.
Fling, fling.
Leans toward you when in your presence.
I'm sorry to get the first part.
Lean, like leans toward you when you're in a conversation, in each other's presence. Like that, just like that. Like if they didn't hear something.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship or fling. Or just death.
You can't hear. I mean, that's what I say. You can't hear it, huh?
Okay, and respect boundaries.
Oh, that's a relationship.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. All right, ladies. Y'all heard it. Do you agree with the experts, the relationship experts? From what I said? Yeah. It seemed like they're dead on. I asked the guy. That's why I was like, I need to ask him. Because here's what happens all the time. We'll ask a guy, we want to know, men, what do you want? What are you looking for? And even in the presence, as far as dating, we'll ask the man, what are you looking for? What are you into? And then when they give you the answer, and it's an answer that you don't want, we give an answer. That's why I was like, no, ladies. But you can't give an answer as a female when the question is geared toward a men, just like we're wired differently. And RB said that, we all are made differently and there's a different blueprint. Now, over 40, the way the COVID was taking people out, I don't have all that time to be sitting there talk about what's your blueprint? I have to learn you. And yes, I agree with the comment that was down there and Nick the Voice regarding meeting the family. You know what you're getting into. It's like, okay, let me expedite these things. Hold on. If they don't want me to meet the family, why is that? But it's so interesting how as females, we look at what's wrong with us, that they don't want to do this, and it doesn't have to be us at all. We always take on the responsibility that it's us and we have to stop. So I had to say that. Ladies, stop taking on the responsibility. Maybe they're just not into you. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. They just know what they're not dealing with, especially dating after a divorce. Is it a sad thing? It's sad because sometimes you find yourself not giving somebody a fair chance. But it's like you said, the blueprint. If you've been there and that's familiar territory and the behaviors are familiar, why go back again when you can predict? It's a different person, but you can predict the outcome. I'm not doing it.
Sometimes men don't know what they want. They'll tell you one thing and still be goofy.
Change your mind. They straight up change your mind. Now here's something that I noticed with females. And I want to see the difference with you, RB. And ladies, come chime in. Dating after a divorce or widowed or being married. When we get back out there, wives or divorcees tend to give off tentative behaviors at the onset. What do you say to that?
Can you define tentative behaviors?
Yes, please. I'm lost. I was too educated for me.
Tentative behavior, like you're so.
I ain't got no dictionary.
Super attentive on that date to that man. So it's like, here you go. Yeah, have a seat. We're not mothering, but you've been in a marriage for so long that you're used to catering to your spouse. And when you're, after the divorce, you find yourself being, air quotes for the listening audience, being the wife. What's your thoughts on that? Do you see that?
I think I agree. I think initially, like you said, right after and starting, I think that makes sense. It's reasonable. Right, exactly. It's a woman's nature. So.
Okay. What you
Y'all
think?
learn it real quick though.
I think it's just a woman's nature to be a nurturer. You know, that's you all. You know, some women are nurturers. I'm not going to say every woman. Some women are nurturers, and some women are in that wife mode where, you know what I'm saying, sometimes they can't break out of that as fast. And that's why I said you need time to kind of give yourself time to, you know, how would I say, detox or digress or, you know, kind of come out of that mode. But sometimes people don't come out of that mode.
Okay, now let's talk. Same thing, dating over 40. Now, we have listeners out there that have never been married. Mm-hmm. Dating over 40, you coming out on the first date being attentive to that male. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know if it's because, okay, well, I'm ready to settle down, ready to be a wife. Let me show you what I can do. And you show it on the onset and you wasted all your time. Go ahead, Amber D. Go ahead and elaborate.
I think that we were talking about men and women think differently. I think women sometimes think that, okay, let me do backflips and cartwheels and let me show you how amazing I am. And so, pick me, choose me, right? Whereas a man is looking at it is like, oh, she's an easy lick. This will be an easy lick, or a doormat.
What's your thoughts on that, RB? True or false? Is she going the right way up? I think oh, he's there. I see your eyes moving.
I can't say true or false. It depends on the man. It depends on the man. You know, you have men that have, I would say, a dog mentality. You know, they walk around that little pink thing hanging out, trying to stick and move everything that they can. And then you have a man that is looking for that one woman to settle down with, And so there is a difference. Like I said, you have men, and that's why you have to be careful not to, show a man everything, you know what I'm saying, or show that woman everything, because you have to keep it suspenseful. You have to keep the fire burning. Like I said, my thing of it is that you have to, be careful not to show too much too soon, because when you show your hand too soon, it's like, oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
And the man will take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, fellas, I'm letting out the secrets today. I don't care.
I love it. Go ahead, Amber. You want to go to the comment?
Okay, so Darrell Jones of Facebook said, to the gentleman on the panel, you're dating your lady friend. Y'all's chemistry is there after 2 weeks, a Keith Sweat concert. She wants to go all the way with you. You going to tell her, no, I'm taking you home?
No. What do you think? If she's fine, I'm going to go get that, bro. Don't play with me. Stay with me, okay? You know what time it is. Don't have that question.
Okay, but watch this. But watch this. He said earlier, that's when you have to say, hey, listen, this is just this. We are not in an exclusive relationship. Remember the conversation we had? That's the same person that had that.
Right. So, why wouldn't I? I don't like Keith Sweat. Sorry, Keith Sweat. I ain't into you, but I'm just saying, if she gonna say, hey, let's go all the way tonight, yeah, she feeling Keith Sweat. She probably had a couple drinks. Of course you are. That's common sense. A man y'all gonna do that thing. So, yeah, for the guy who sent that, yeah, of course. A man is going to take advantage of an opportunity if a woman wants to take part in being with him. So, of course, why wouldn't you? Would. So there it is.
Okay, some people would, some people wouldn't. But now here's the thing. There was a comment that said, ladies, keep your legs crossed and your hands folded. We over 40.
Huh? No.
In my damn team.
Open.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was a fast. I didn't do that in my team. I'll be damn if I do it over 50. Baby, I usually be rocking and rolling with your comments when you be on, but that one I can't get with, boo. Ooh, Lord.
You on one today, Nikki.
Listen here, they telling the truth. It's a whole different vibe now. It's like, do you still be a lady? It's like, okay, well, I'm going to be a lady because, I don't want him to think this way of me. You know what I mean? If I'm too easy versus I'm out for mine. Go ahead, Amber D. What you got?
I think for the ladies, it's a change of perspective. It's not about how he perceives you, because you're putting it on him instead of how you perceive yourself. But look at it, understand that, in my personal opinion, sex is your biggest weapon. Okay? You want to use it as a tool, as a resource, possibly as a manipulation tactic. You don't just give it away. I mean, yeah, we have our urges and everything, and you want to be satisfied too. That's fine. That's understandable, because women are human beings and we have sexual urges as well. But dating is a game. So you got to be willing and prepared to play it. So why would you know what I'm saying? You're playing spades and you got two jokers. Why you gonna say you don't put your two jokers out in the first book?
I don't play spades. I don't play spades. I play Uno. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost right now.
No,
you say like drop forwards or something. I don't even know.
I would say don't. I personally would advocate women not having sex quickly, not because he'll think you're a whore. Screw what he thinks. You need to
don't give a damn. Think what you want to think. I ain't trying to get with you like that, bruh. I'm just trying to get my rocks off like you. I want to feel good. I am a predator when it comes to that. Like, I'm a predator. When I want it, I'm going to get it. I don't get the hand. I don't want you now. If something develops afterwards, okay. But when I'm in that particular mind frame in that set, I don't give a damn. Call me a hoe, a slut, a trick, or whatever you want. I'm tricking real good while I'm riding. Shut up and get it. Period.
Call her satisfied.
That's all I want. Satisfaction. I want some satisfaction for that urge, and boy, do I get it.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well. Let me go here.
Over 50.
Let me go here. The pros of sex being important and trying it out after over 40 and after the divorce. Stress levels decrease. As Nick shared and said. The pros is experience. You can see if they're experienced or not. See if they have a sexual problem. And compatibility. So are you compatible sexually?
This is true.
So that's the pros of actually having sex at the onset. Now I'm going to give you the cons. Guilt. Like, oh my gosh, maybe I gave it up too fast. Decrease interest.
Cole just said.
Listen, wait. I got to get these facts. Hold on. Decrease interest. Pregnancy. Or a STD and the STI. Because those stats are crazy. Over 50. The STDs that's out here. It's crazy. And you'll be like, wait.
Can I elaborate on that? The STD, I didn't have to worry about that. I got an STD from the husband, the first one. So yeah, it was the ones that I smashed and dashed that I didn't had to worry about. It was a husband. So yeah, been there, done that. Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. Let's break it down real quick. Compatibility, true or false? If you're having sex earlier, is sexual compatibility important? Over 40.
It should be. Yes, it really should be.
Compatibilities.
Yes. Would you say, Amber D?
Because you don't want to.
Wait. I got to go with Amber. Amber D, go ahead.
I don't know. Because what? Okay.
Sorry. All right. She said, I don't know. Let me go to the next one. Experience. Is experience important? RB?
Yes.
Yes.
Nick the voice.
True.
I'm like, it's a talk show, Nick. We got listening audience.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Amber D, experience Important?
No.
Okay. Sexual problem, Art B. A sexual issue. Is that important?
A sexual issue is important because men after 50 tend to lose their testosterone level. If I may,
Is it important? Okay, so it's important. All right, go ahead, Nick the
It
Voice.
is important.
Nick the Voice, what you got? Is it important?
Yeah, it's
Sexual
important.
problem? Okay. And Amber D.
It's a deal breaker.
Look at her face like, sorry. Okay. Interesting.
Definitely a problem.
Now, here's the thing. So, it was an easy with the experience thing, but Amber D said, not really. You know what I mean? I guess you can get there and learn.
No.
You want to be learning after 40. You better already know what you're doing.
After 40, if you don't know what you're doing after 40, then you need to go join a convent or something, become a monk.
Just be a virgin.
After 40, you gotta know what you're doing. If you don't know how to do that, then something wrong. And plus, you've been married, so there's a problem if you don't know what you're doing after 40.
Maybe that's why they got a divorce.
If you still trying to figure out where to put it at, there's something wrong with you. So, I'm sorry, Amber, I don't agree.
Go ahead, Amber D, what you got?
I'm just saying, okay, because you can be, I think everyone knows where to put it at, but I feel like I'm big on individuality. So I don't like men who approach me sexually as if, oh, well, I know what you like because I done slept with 15 women. I'm like, ew, that's gross, first of all. Secondly, I'm an individual. You don't know what I like. So I want to be with a partner who's willing to learn me specifically. Like, it's great that you please such and such over there and, oh, she was screaming your name, all that stuff, but you don't know what I like.
But that's different because you're saying what you like. We're talking experience.
Right. So I feel like experience doesn't matter that much because they still need to learn you and your sexual preferences.
But experience does matter because, you still need to know what he's doing. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. It's
Right,
like you got to have some experience.
Radina Ross, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
What is she saying? I can't see that.
Oh, can you put it back up now? So Radina Ross from Facebook said, having fun teaching and learning together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Baby, listen, at my age, I ain't got time to be teaching no grown-ass man how to screw. No, baby. No.
Sister Betty
Somewhere somebody done went wrong with you.
Sister Betty just entered the room.
Okay.
Okay.
A big time.
At 51, you better know what you're doing. You better be good because I'm that ignorant that will tell you. I've embarrassed the listen, I done got somebody so nervous that they could not perform. And they was like, oh my gosh, I've waited since we was in high school. I'm so sorry. I can't believe they couldn't get it up. I was like, dude, I didn't make you that nervous? Well, dang. Nah, I ain't got time.
So wait. So do you give him another chance?
Hell no.
Okay, we went color purple. She went color purple on us.
If I made him nervous the very first time and he been feeling like that since high school, then you're always nervous around me and it's always going to be that problem. I ain't got that to do, baby. You better get it up that first time. I'll try to help you. Now, if I try to help you and you still can't get it up, we got a problem because I ain't got no problem getting nobody there. I don't have no problem getting it like this.
Like
so Nick, so is it safe to say that you're a one and done? You got one shot.
Most of the time, yes. Yeah, yeah, one and done.
Okay. Okay.
You better come with it the first time. Now, if you come with it like you're supposed to, then we just might have a occurring friend thing. We friends, but we smashing. Friends with benefits. But if you can't get it up that first time, bruh, all right, we cool. I holla. We can have a shot or two in the bar next time I see you, and I will avoid you like a plague after that. Shit.
I ain't got
nothing to do. I'm too old for that.
Okay, now let's go.
With that in my 20s.
Okay, let's focus. Let's focus. We got to move on. Good.
It got personal for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to reel it in. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Have you ever been in a relationship where your mate was jealous of you?
Yes, and it was horrible. Don't ever do it, ladies. Kick them to the curb. Never lower your standards.
So how do you know if they're jealous of you?
It's like a female. When a female is jealous of you, jealousy doesn't know gender. So it's certain words and stuff, downplaying your accomplishments, things like that. Nope.
Okay. Go ahead, RB. Have you never experienced that?
I've never been in a situation like that because I feel like I've dealt with insecurity, but I haven't dealt with jealousy because if you're jealous of me, then that's a whole problem because I ain't nobody special. You know what I'm saying? It's like for me, you know who I am before you get with me, period. You know my lifestyle. You know what I do. You know what I'm about. So I make that understood. You know, I'm this guy that's over here doing this, that, and the third. So
Mr. Personality.
It better be about confidence.
Okay, Nick, have you ever experienced being in a relationship where someone was jealous of you?
Yeah. I was in my first marriage.
Okay, she always be putting too much, then they're gonna be coming after me, telling me you put my business out there. Now, how was that though? Give us an example. We need, just for the listening audience to know what to look for. Like, what was an example?
Like for one, my mom had bought me a little car. He was jealous of that. Like, dude, like, work, get it. If my parents would do things for me, and my thing is,
so his parents didn't do things for him.
Girl, yes.
Okay,
but it was just I guess my parents did more for me or whatever. I was always being called you spoiled and da-da-da-da. It was just like, always want to go at my face when we would get into it. Like physical, I always want to go at my face because I always had people, like. So
what drew the attention?
And speaking and, wanting to hug or whatever, and he always wanted to go at my face.
Okay, so he's attacking what your advantage, what you had. Uh-huh. That's why people listen. That's why she said her first husband. Okay, so clearly she got out of that. Here's what's interesting: when you're dealing with somebody that is jealous of you, usually they have low self-esteem in the onset, and what they're trying to do is knock down your self-esteem to make the playing field, like we said, a game. Hold on a minute, to make the playing field equal. Knowing when they came into the relationship that you had already had a head start. So that's what you have to watch for. And when you're dealing with somebody that's jealous of you, that word jealous, like you said, Amber, it's the same as with the same sex. When you get, jealousy has no gender. That. So it's like, okay, why are you jealous of me? Because I have what? You're jealous because my parents are these people. Here's the thing. They came into that, believe it or not, they came into that relationship to destroy you.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention. Wait a minute. You have to pay attention to that. Now, usually like when people are compatible, people who are confident, those people are competitive. Mm-hmm. And then they date somebody competitive. Because I remember me and my ex used to see how many numbers we can get, when we left the club. We used to battle. It was like, bam, still got it. This is it. But was there any jealousy? No, because I feel like when you go into a relationship, did I care? Okay, are you going to cheat? Did I sit and worry about, are you going to cheat? No, because you chose me and I chose you. If you want to go somewhere else, it's totally okay. Sit down and have the conversation. And now that was in my early 20s. Now, over 40, there is no reason any female or male, and he could speak for the men, should be out there jealous of your mate. You like them for a reason. And you came into their life for a reason because it was something that they had that you liked. And then you want to downplay. Who was that? That was Nick or Amber. One of you guys is saying they'll downplay, what you're doing. Want to downplay whatever you have and envious of you being Mr. or Mrs. Personality. But that's what attracted them to you. In the first chapter of How the Wife Becomes the Other Woman, that's what happens. Shameless plug. You can get on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Balboa Press. Okay. That's what happened. He got her. He changed her into who he wanted her to be and cheated on her for who she was. So you got to look at it and stay steadfast to who you are and be like, oh, I'm out of here. That's one of the biggest signs. If I find that you're jealous of me or you support me 80%, but, I'm too big. Now you want to pull back. So you got to watch that too, because they come in many different ways and you look like, okay, this guy has money and this is what this person is doing. Envy is something. And yes, Nick, people are envious of the parents, envious of the upbringing. And you're like, I didn't even do this. And Lifetime showing y'all. Yeah. Lifetime is showing you.
And speaking of, in self-esteem, this is how it's like, I don't know if he had low self-esteem. It might be considered low self-esteem because it was but he was always speaking highly of himself and calling himself the God. And I would look at him like, oh, boy, if you don't sit your tail down.
Well, see, you was messing with his psyche. Come on now. Let's be fair.
That's what he referred to himself, and he probably still do it.
That's good. That's a good thing. What's wrong with that, though?
I think it's overcompensating. We've talked about this before. I think it's overcompensating for sure. I feel like when you're self-assured, you as yourself is enough. I'm Amber, and that speaks for itself. I don't need to be the god or the queen or empress. Amber is pretty awesome just being Amber. Where I feel like people who have low self-esteem have to shoot it up over there because it's actually way down here.
Grandioso behavior.
And then try to knock yours down. That's why I said that, because you always trying to knock me down and just why? Why did you even want to get married to me then?
Okay, yeah, because we know that there's a personal issue there, and hopefully they get counseling. But here's my thing: I'm gonna build myself up, and I don't have a problem because I love being me. And if you don't pat yourself on the back and pop your own collar, even though I got this T-shirt on, Black Vote Matters. Listen here. How do you expect other people to? That's not okay.
Ma'am. You gonna build yourself up, but everybody already knows your resume.
But I shouldn't. Okay. But here's the thing. Before my resume was even out there. Art B, you want to tell him Art know me? Listen, I was who I.
You got to be doing something. You got to be doing something productive.
Oh yeah,
you're productive. He was not.
But he probably. But that's the start. Wait a minute, Art B. That's the start, though. That is the start. We're gonna agree to disagree, but that's the start.
He's still not productive.
Wait. No. I ain't gonna let you do that, Nick. Listen. Not productive to you, Art. I promise I'm gonna let you speak. If you on stage and you're a rapper and it's garbage to everybody else. If you ain't feeling your music, you got to convince the people that your music is bomb. So I'm going to be up there, even if it's whack. I keep playing it. You're going to eventually like it. So we have to build ourselves up first. So I can't be on your side on that one with him. I can't. If he want to be the God, listen, wait. If you are the God, air quotes for the listening audience, and you refer to yourself as the God, what you have to do is live up to that standard. So you're putting yourself up, and it's like, okay, now you have to uphold that standard. I'm not going to allow you to talk down about anybody on this platform. So if that man want to be the bomb, let him be the bomb.
But listen, that's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. You want to build yourself up to. But you can't be trying to build yourself up while you tearing the next person down. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't. Okay, all right, you can't do that. Go ahead, RB. What did you wanted to chime in? Go ahead.
Here's my thing about confidence, about calling yourself a god, queen, king, or whatever. Historically, we have been browbeaten and we have been downtrodden for so long, because if you look back at our history, it's like, confidence should be key in our lives. With me, when I was younger, because I held my head up high, because I spoke a certain way, oh, you're arrogant. I was like, no. Don't mistake arrogance for confidence, because I was taught when you walk with your head up. You know what I'm saying? You look a certain way. You look a person in the eye, because that let it be known that, hey, I'm assured of myself. There's nothing wrong with being assured of yourself. But then again, it's the arrogance, it's like when you feel like you gotta, say certain things, or you gotta be like, yeah, look at me, I'm this or I'm that. Nah, you don't gotta do that. It should speak for it. Confidence is supposed to speak for itself.
It does, but we have to understand that perspective, because if somebody says that you're arrogant, that's perspective. But perspective is projection, and it's what they experience. But wait, you cannot, so for somebody to come, if they don't know you, because they're projecting.
That's a key word. They don't know you.
That's why I said, that's why I said perspective is projection. You're projecting your own experience onto someone else.
That bothered me because I know who I am.
And see, I never, ever, as many years as we have known each other, I never got that vibe from you. Being arrogant.
See, we're different, but at that particular time, this particular person thought that of me, and I'm like, wow, how do you think that of me? But what happened was, when that person got to know me, they found out, oh, you're not that. You're really cool, laid back,
And over 40, if somebody is feeling that way, you shouldn't. You off. You ain't on my list to date. Go ahead, Amber D.
So I feel like Art B did his comment is like so great, and I want to like put it on like a visual. Like, there's self-assuredness, right? That's healthy, and then you've got like arrogance, which is like, unnecessary, right? But then above that, you've got, I don't know what the word we should use for it is, but it's where you're arrogant, and then on top of that, you actually have nothing accomplished. Like,
I understood what Nick was saying. I understood what Nick was saying for the listening audience, because it was pretty much like, okay, you build yourself up, but you have nothing to show for it. So it's like you're saying this, but you didn't earn that title. And I get it. I understood what she was saying, but I want y'all to build yourselves up and your self-esteem. And over 40 or after a divorce, listen here. And this is just me, the first marriage is usually, oh, love, this is it. Boom, boom, boom. This is for me. The second is security. It's like a business. Real talk. I ain't lying. And sometimes, business and partnership, they sometimes don't really get along a lot. When you sit there like, okay, this is a partnership, this is my as far as like a relationship, and then we're going in this as a business for security. And sometimes they don't click because, two business partners, one has this asset and the other one has that, but they may not be compatible. So be careful with that too. I just wanted to put that out there. Now back to building your self-esteem. If you don't like you, don't expect other people to like you. And what Art was saying, when people are like, okay, they think that you're arrogant because of the way that you carry yourself. There is nothing wrong with recognizing your blessings. Call me conceited. They're like, oh, you conceited. I was like, oh, I'm just recognizing my blessings. Probably made them not like me even more.
Just tell them, I ain't conceited, I'm convinced.
Listen,
here it is. When you go from a biblical standpoint, like the Bible talks about how David encouraged himself.
Yes.
So like you have to encourage yourself. You have to look in the mirror, and you gotta love yourself first before you can love others.
Now that's true.
The thing that I learned is like I had to learn how to love myself. I had to learn how to like myself, because what happens is a lot of times people don't like themselves. So that's where the jealousy comes in. That's where the insecurity comes in at, because you have people that don't like themselves, because they don't want to make a change, or they don't want to grow, or they don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
And don't welcome that person in your relationship. Don't be sprinkling. I don't need that type of depression seasoning. Like, don't even go into a relationship with that wanting me to help build you up. Like, no, I can't do it. Well, how about this? I'm not willing to do
Some
it.
people miss that. Some people miss that because, oh, he look good, he can look fine, but they not really recognize that he may be a manic depressant or jealous or insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get how a lot of women be with insecure men. Like, I can't get that.
I can tell you.
Understand how men can be with an insecure woman. I can't get that.
Listen, I can tell you why a lot of women deal with an insecure man. I ain't even lying. And the ones that don't have jobs, the dizzle.
Yeah.
The dizzle.
Yeah.
I wanted to add on that, the precious seasoning, exactly. And I feel like when people like, oh, give me dating advice and like dating strategies, I really personally feel like the best way to like increase your value on the dating market is just to pour into yourself and work on yourself, because that is going to make you a better partner. Mm-hmm. You don't really have to do nothing. Like, work on you, and that will make you more valuable on the dating market.
Well, all I'm gonna say is a lot of, and a lot of men deal with the woman because of the pudding, because the pudding is good. So it's like, hey, it is what it is.
As long as you have an understanding, I think that's good.
You get caught up in the pudding, you lost.
Okay, do you believe in love at first sight? Art B.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Nick the Voice.
Yes.
Amber D.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so we got, look, the consensus says yes. All right, well, 48% of U.S. men believe in love at first sight, and women, 28%. How about that? That's why I be telling people. They be sitting there like
that. Now, to me, that's a real switch for me, because I thought that women would be higher than men.
Right, I know.
But you're visual. Men are visual, though. Women are emotional.
We are visual, because we gonna look and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know for me, when I look at a woman, I'm looking at her from her hair follicles to her toenails. And if your feet jacked up, we can't even holler. I'm cool. Look on there,
So the feet. So feet is a deal breaker for you.
Oh yeah, because you know what? This is what I learned.
All right, Boomerang.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I said this before, Boomerang. I feel like this. I feel like femininity is so important when it comes to a woman. I feel like a woman should take care of herself from head to toe. In the same respect, a man should do the same thing. A man should go get a pedicure, because he shouldn't be walking around with peanuts in his socks, because it's like, yo, get your feet done. Take care of your body. Take care of your hygiene. That's important. I don't want to see her out with feet all crusty, look like she's been walking through desert sands. That's terrible.
Okay, do you agree or disagree with him, Amber D?
That ain't cute.
Do you agree or disagree with him, Amber D?
I agree, and I wanted to add to that in the same way that femininity is very important to a lot of heterosexual men, masculinity is very important to a lot of heterosexual women.
This is true.
Okay, go ahead, Nick. Nick, do you agree or disagree with him?
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. For everybody, your feet can't be out. You can't be out here.
More than the feet, I'm talking about self-preservation, keeping yourself up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with all that. That's you. Yeah, I mean that's part of what attracts people to you.
Right.
If you're not presentable, then ain't nobody gonna look at you.
I think the most attractive thing is when you walk up and you smell the scent of a woman. Whether she got on Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, some from Macy's. It's like when you walk up and she smells wonderful, it's like that's an allure, that's an attraction. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't matter what size she is. She could be 400 pounds, but if she smells good, it's like that's an attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like he might walk up, ooh, she smells nice.
Okay, if she could do the good knees challenge, is that a plus?
What's that?
If she could do the good knees challenge, is that a plus?
I don't care about nothing about her knees. I mean, like, what does that mean? Like, okay,
it mean a whole lot.
You can get up. Huh?
It mean a whole lot. If you're talking about sex being important,
you can bend down and get up. Okay, bravo for that. I'm like, okay, yeah. Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you,
Go ahead, Amber D.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like, yeah, as a woman, it does matter, if that's what you're into. Like, being able to cook, being able to clean, smelling nice. But then, like, for a man, heterosexual man, like, being able to change a tire and caulk a window and, do stuff do masculine stuff.
No, you don't gotta do all of that. You don't gotta do all of that. That's a man. That's for a man to do. It's like, and I don't want to get to the man, right? But I'm saying, like,
do that.
I feel like a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about those certain things, but those are good qualities to have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stuck on those things, but those things are important. But for me, it's like, a woman doesn't have to caulk and cut grass, and I don't allow mine to take out the trash. No, you don't take out no trash around here.
Right.
You don't take the trash can to the curb. That's not allowed.
But also,
you can bag it up. You can bag it up and throw it away, but you can't take it to the curb.
Okay.
As far as the good knees challenge, it does matter because that goes back to our previous topic of sexual compatibility. Like, and we're talking about over 40. I'm sorry, I don't want a man that cannot perform sexually in bed because of his physical limitations. You need to be going to the gym, lifting some weights, doing some stretches. I don't need your black, to go get blown out. And then you're like, oh, like I'm down. Like, no. So yeah, women should be able to do the good knees challenge, and men need to be fit and limber too.
So what do you need to take?
Why do they call it the good knees challenge? That's all I want to know.
So what do you need to take a physical before you meet you, Amber? You gotta go take a physical.
Whoa, chill, or have a knee replacement. He better be done had that knee replacement before he go walk up there. Whatever, but I feel her.
Why? I gotta ask her, why do they call it the good knees challenge? It should be the good thighs challenge, because I'm telling you, my thighs was hurting until about the middle of this week.
I don't know. Y'all gotta look up. Y'all gotta look up that knees challenge. We ain't focused on that. We gotta stay on topic here. Y'all gotta look up that good knees challenge, and then you can kind of know what's going on.
I'm sick of challenges.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just what Amber D said. It is important. And it seems as if over 40, and I'm going to give you those stats. Over 40, like you said, the libido is decreased. We know that. The stamina is not the way that it used to be. Not for everybody. Let me be clear. But here's the thing. You need to be able to perform. Why is it men are like, oh, okay, now I'm ready to settle down. After somebody done wore you out, you all broke down, and now you want to come and be like, I'm ready to settle down. But when we wanted to settle down, you like, no, I'm out here sowing my, air quotes, Royal Oaks, as Coming to America would say.
Exactly.
So,
and I think
I'm not mad at her on that one.
Women, if you're in a position where you can pull a younger man and you're just, as Nick said, you just, trying to get yours in, I would pick a younger man if that was the intention that you're going out into dating with, because it's like 100% not the same. So sorry.
Now watch this. Let me give you these stats. Let me do my job. Stop. Let me do my job. Okay. 67.54 married men over 40. 67%. 5.4%. And the married women, 68.33%. How about that over 40? So now men are being married later on, and they're marrying again. So the men are actually, the married again, those stats was very interesting too, because men being married multiple times, those stats, those statistics are well over the women.
Yeah, that's true. I know a guy's been married 7 times.
And I think that, see, when I look at a married man, a man that's married multiple times, I'll be like, okay, what's going on with this guy?
Exactly. That's red flags, like you said.
And I'm thinking that something going on with him, that he can't do something right.
Mm-hmm.
Or is he looking for that mommy? Does he have that mommy syndrome? Like, I'm looking for somebody to take care of me, and I'm not putting in the work, and women are just like, I'm out of here.
Some men ain't marriage material.
All right, go ahead, Nick. I want to hear from you now. Now I did my job. I'm like, I got to do my job. What's your thoughts? Do you think men are marrying more as they get older because they want somebody to take care of them and or their shortcomings, or is it they just don't want to die alone? How about that one?
I think, well, I'm not even going to say a lot of them are ready because they get married over 40 and still be out there cheating. I think it's more or less they don't want to die alone. They want to, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not a man, but I'm not going to say that they're ready because it's just that because they chose that specific person to marry, but they're still not ready because they still out here doing them.
Okay. Amber D?
Yeah, I think when we were talking about projection and how, there was this narrative that, well, if you don't settle, if you don't lower your standards or whatever, you're going to die alone. And you're going to die alone. But I think that was just a great example of projection. I think overall, and I don't know if you pulled stats on this or not, Mel, but I think men are more fixated on relationships and intimacy and companionship than women are. Women tend to do better in singlehood than men do, as far as reported happiness.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? It's 64% men remarry, 52% women. And these are out of 100. How about that? So the men, they don't want to die alone. They like, no, wait a minute. My first marriage took everything I had.
You don't want to die alone. You die alone anyway.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
You die by yourself. You don't take that person with you.
Look, Nick like, bye, see you.
You do. That's a suicide.
You come into this world alone, you die alone unless it's a freak accident or something like that where y'all in a car accident. You're born, unless you got a twin, but you're born alone and you die alone.
This is true.
Well,
I don't think it's so much that. I just think that they want someone by their side at that particular time. You know what I mean? So it's like nobody wants to be by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they're used to companionship. And companionship is important. They want that companion. They want somebody there with them. Just like a woman. A woman don't want to be alone. I know quite a few women that don't want to be alone. They want a relationship. They want to be with somebody. They want to, have somebody to wake up to, have somebody to go places with, have somebody to do things with. That's important. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be alone.
do something with, rent a date.
Huh?
Right,
Rent a date.
okay.
That's a rent a date because all the requirements is just a lot. Rent a date. Hey, what you doing? Let's go here. Okay, boom. Live your life. I live mine.
It ain't that easy in this day and age because you can rent something crazy. So you gotta be careful. What you
No.
doing?
If you have an understanding with an individual, be like, okay, what you doing? That's your friend. Hey, let's go here. This is what we doing. Bye, see you. And you rent a date. Now I know how those old movies, like I Love Lucy, remember they had separate beds in the same room? I get all of that now. Before I was like, wait, that's interesting. I'm shocked.
Help me out because I was a bed separate. I was young. I don't know.
Well, they had the two twin side bed. It'd be they slept separately, but they were in the same room because you got to share. You'd be like, get your feet off of me, like all of that. And when you're used to certain things, you're used to certain things. Just as Amber said, Amber D was talking about, women are used to being alone, where being single and handling your business, it's like all is well. And then when you go to invite somebody else in, that's what I'm saying. It's really important, like especially over 40, you're already setting your ways. They're setting their ways. What you get is what you see is what you get. Real talk.
You got somebody thinking about getting twin beds and talking about, well, you go sleep over here, I'm gonna sleep over there.
Oh yeah, you be together for a minute, do what you got to do, and then guess what?
We're gonna start a whole new trend now. Like get twin beds. We're gonna sleep separate.
Yeah, and everybody happy. Look, everybody is happy, but what you see is what you get. You can't go and get with somebody and be like, okay, well, I need you to change. What's your deal breakers? Like you said, the feet. Bad feet is a deal breaker for you. Smoking is a deal breaker for me. So say you with somebody and wait a minute. Wait.
That's just one for me because
over 40? You still got a plethora of things over 40? That's a deal breaker?
I feel like this because, like you said, smoking is a deal breaker. Bad feet, bad teeth. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't know how to brush your teeth over 40, that's a problem. We're not even interacting. We're not interacting.
You got people that walk around snaggy, so even at 40, some people don't even got none because they ain't take care of their grill when they was young. So it's certain things that you look at that just can be a deal breaker. It could be bad breath. It could be body odor. It could be the way she dressed. You know what I mean?
Well, then you wouldn't even talk to that person. So y'all not even sitting down having dinner. Go ahead, Amber D, because we got to keep it moving. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that, okay, so I would say teeth is one of the things I recently has been removed from my deal breaker list because someone close to me gave me some great perspective on it. Was like, if you like him and he has good strengths, other strengths, like, keep talking to him because you can get his teeth fixed. Like, that's something that can be corrected. It's not something that's inherent a part of their personality or something that's unchangeable. So
what if they scared of the dentist?
Listen, don't even have a date. Don't even go out to dinner and usually that's when you see they smile. You be like, listen,
you ain't trying to look at him across the table. He eating and smiling, his teeth all judged.
I'll tell you how to do that. I did that. No lie. I talked about it. I guess they watch the show, so I go out to dinner with somebody, and they said, "I have all my teeth," and I seen it. I was like, "Oh, okay," because that person that don't smile, you be like, "What?" To me. You can have some issues, but go on and get that fixed. Get that taken care of. Like, if you don't care about you and your mouth all raggedy, then we'll need to move further because I know that that's going to bother me.
But everybody ain't got good dental benefits, so you can't just say,
Okay, but then guess what? I ain't trying to be rude. They ain't got good dental benefits. Do you want to do better? At least let them, if they're going to be crooked or like fruit snacks, if they're going to be like fruit snacks or something like that, at least let them be white.
Right.
But my thing is, like smoking is a deal breaker. Let me get my point out first. Let me get I'm about to mute this cat. Hold on. Okay, so I'm like, let me get my point. I got to get my point out. If you're dating somebody and once you're dating that person and they didn't smoke and then they start to smoke, it's over. I'm not going to tell a grown man, oh, well, this is that, or that's a deal breaker for me. People are already set in their ways, and let's stay cognizant of somebody already divorced, dating after the divorce, and dating over 40. I don't want somebody that I have to tell you something you've been doing for 40 years. Oh, no, I don't like that, so you can't do that. That's not fair. And that's when you say, okay, well, we could just be cool, and all is well. I don't want you to change who you are, because if that's who you are, go ahead and be who you are. And if that's not who you are and you decided to go ahead and pick up smoking, that means that you're not confident. You got some issues there that you're easily persuaded. And if you're going to be the man of my household, I need you not to waver. And that's just me personally. That's when I'm like, boom. Now, we have a comment. Amber, do you want to go ahead and read it?
Sure. So LaShonda Lewis of Facebook said, "No teeth is a no for me. I can't build a bear." So as far as the teeth thing, I also like what Art said as far as, they might not have good dental coverage. To me, this is another great example of a lot of things fall back to money and resources. Sorry. So
just say it.
Just out there that really a lot of these things, it's about how much income they have and how much disposable income they have to build themselves up and do things that are considered cosmetic. Take better care of their bodies, go to the doctor more often, have a nicer car, have a nicer house, afford to go to therapy.
But Art said that. But Art touched on that. He said that. Like, you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. So, I mean...
you touched on it too because you said self-preservation is key. And I always say that. That's the number one law, self-preservation. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of those important things because, when you walk up to somebody, he might look good and he open up that mouth and them teeth be raggedy. You go, okay, wasn't expecting that. So that's that's an ultimate deal breaker. I ain't gonna lie. I was out and I'll never forget, the girl walked up on me and she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she was talking and then she smiled and I was like, wow, her teeth look like saw blades. I just couldn't get with it. I was like, That smile just threw me. But I was nice, you know. I was always taught to, you know, smile and be polite. I was like, yeah, nice to meet you. And she like, oh, we'll take my number, this and this and that. I was like, no, I can't look at them saw blades all day. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I never, you know, that was years ago, but I just couldn't do it because I'm looking at the grill going, no, I can't. You know, it's just, you know, just one of those things.
Okay, and you shouldn't have to apologize. Just like Amber, like if you ain't got no dough, bye. Like at this over 40, I'm for real. Over 40 after a divorce, after you done all that, who build together? You're not built yet.
Exactly. Oh goodness, yes. Don't I see it all the time. I'm looking for a woman to build with. Okay, I guess that's okay because the men I'm attracted to never say that. They're like, no, this is what I built. This is what I have to offer. Like at this big age, at this big number, you should have something built. Okay,
and let's include the people who just got out of prison. So if you want to date somebody that, you know, they got out of prison, they say they put it down, you know, you ain't had no women in how long, like, okay, they'll break your back. That's what's, you know, the consensus on that is.
How many men was there, you know?
Now, you know what? Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Working in the prison system for like 2 decades, it's not always like that because let me be clear. You have female COs and employees. They be getting it in. And, you know, they do. But watch, yeah, they do. They be going to work and knocking some cats off. So there we go. But let me say this for the people who just got out of incarceration. I hear a lot of them, and from them, they're always talking about how they just got out, so they got to start late start. They don't have that yet. They're still waiting. But watch this. Right. I see your face, Amber D. Listen to the audience. Y'all gotta, if you can see her face, check out the YouTube channel and you can see our expressions. Well, it's like, okay, well, I gotta give me a break because of this. Well, you had a break. You had however many years you were locked down to think about what you were going to do once you were released. That's what I say. I see people who get straight out and they, bam, pounding the pavement immediately, making things happen for themselves because they had a plan. So my thoughts, and I'm just being honest, if you just sat down for a little bit or laid down for a little bit and you don't have a plan when you get out, you're lazy. Your mind is lazy. We are not compatible. And if you're blaming everything on what you went through, that's a problem. Because guess what? Everyone goes through something or have gone through something and still pick themselves up from the bootstraps. Don't nobody help me. Okay, didn't nobody help me either. And just because, you know, your road was different, our road probably wasn't easy either. Let's be real. And let's look at it for what it is. You got 3 hots in a cot. Some people didn't even get to eat.
Bloop, thank you.
Homeless. You know what I mean? So my thing is, my thing is this: excuses are monuments of nothing, and all you're gonna keep doing is putting these excuses, writing them down, making a mountain of nothing, and doing that over 40. I don't have the time to sit and wait for you to figure out, oh, I'm not incarcerated anymore, because you can be free, but their mind is still incarcerated. And they still talking about how people holding them down. Excuse me, I'm confused. Like, no, you can't date me.
You got the guys that make use of their time, and you got them guys that's just trying to be a better criminal.
Right. So, and
go ahead.
I want to take it a step further and say that, ladies, if you've managed to go through whatever you've gone through in life and you don't have a criminal record, I don't believe you should be dating a man or even entertaining a man that has a criminal record. Like,
run a date.
What benefit does it serve you? To me, that as a woman, that sounds like low self-esteem, you moving out of desperation. Because again, I have an abundant mindset when it comes to men. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch of men all over the world. You ain't got. I mean, and like Mel said, it's probability. And maybe it'll be different with you, and you're a different person. But more than likely, it's going to be this outcome.
We got 2 minutes. Go ahead, Nick. What you got?
I'm gonna generally, yeah, but we know somebody that got out that spent 26 years and he's been doing the damn thing ever since he got out. So I'm not gonna say that because not all of them have that mindset. This brother has been he's been pounding the pavement, trying to get things together, and it's finally starting to look up for him. And I'm so very proud of him.
That's why
I can't say that.
Well, I think you miss it. What we're saying is the people that get out and don't do anything and blame their past situation as to why they can't move forward. That's what we're talking about. That's why I said it's a no-brainer, because there are people that's out there doing it and they're making a plan. So when they get out, they're doing the doggone thing. Okay, yes or no, real quick. We talked about it. Is sex important? The consensus says?
Yes.
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 Okay. Now, do I think, is sex healthy? I'm going to give you the health part of it. The male's medical moments part of it. Yes, it is. It activates the neurotransmitters. It boosts the immune system. I told y'all over and over, a hug will boost an immune system. Can it lower your blood pressure? It surely can, because you're less stressed. It decreases anxiety and depression. Increase your self-esteem, because if you putting it down, they'll be like, oh, everybody cheering. You at the amusement park and not at the local park where the swing broke. I'm with Amber. Y'all broke up. The swing broke. The merry-go-round tilted and crooked. Ground uneven. Take me to an amusement park. I'm trying to go to Cedar Point. Okay? So, yes, over 40, I'm telling you my opinion that dating after the divorce and over 40, sex is important. Don't come all broke down, because guess what? We ain't interested, fellas. What's your thoughts? Art, you want somebody broke down, or y'all ain't interested if the sex ain't good? Well, you already said about the experience.
My whole thing of it is, you like you said, it's an amusement park. I don't want to be in no convalescent home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want a woman that's going to come and bring the noise. She ain't got to swing from the chandelier, not just, just know what you're doing and know how to handle your business, That's my thing. It's like sex is important because, like I said, that's an attraction. That's that's a part of being in a relationship, compatibility.
All right. So today's footnote: dating after a divorce or over 40. Got to give you these tips. Don't take the first date serious, okay? Treat yourself. Get what you want. Don't sit there and worry about impressing him. Impress you. Small talk is over. Say what you want over 40. And it is just me. Pay attention to your date, though. Pay attention to him. Because if he on the phone, he ain't that into you, okay? And listen, oh boy, child, listen. Don't misinterpret facts for opinions or vice versa. You got to have that conversation. Don't shut them down. Just listen to them, hear what they have to say, and know that, oh, okay, and don't be so argumentative. Be like, oh, well, that's not what this say like me. I'll be doing the stats on the show. Listen to somebody's opinion, because everyone has one, and it is important. That's how they feel, and that lets you know if you guys can have a decent adult conversation. And hopefully you smile. Hopefully you smile and you're excited about life. Take care of yourself first. Make sure you're happy before you move on and introduce somebody else into your life, because here's the deal. No one else can fix you but you. Listen, I love you guys for joining in and tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on your favorite podcast and all socials. All right, lovely people, that is my time. Find you, embrace you, most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. It's Shop Talk, baby. I was getting ready to yell it, but I ain't going to yell right now because the 12 o'clock siren told me to get off the air. All right, I'm like, the 12 o'clock siren told me get off right now. I want to give it up to the panel. So if y'all can give the panel a round of applause. RB, the hostess with the most. Give it up for him.
It's been a pleasure as always. Salute to everybody. Thanks everybody for listening. We love y'all.
All right. Then we have Nick the Voice, always keeping it 100, doing what she do. And y'all heard her last minute note. It was get up, get out. If you're getting out of incarceration, you still can do some things. All right. So let's give it up to our girl Nick. And then y'all know who we got. We got the lovely Amber, the analyst, giving it to us. She gonna give it to you. I gave the stats this time. All right. And below, if you would like to donate to the channel, boy, that's a long siren. It's across the bottom. You can donate a Cash App or PayPal me at ShopTalk with Mel. I love you guys for listening. And again, find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. And if you would like to be on the panel, go ahead and email your girl. All right? Peace.